Resonance in RLC circuit. Resonance in RLC circuit. नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ आरएलसी सर्किट क्या था? नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ RLC circuit, it is 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. This is the natural frequency of RLC circuit, right? Now, अच्छा, रेजिस्टेंस उसमें होना ही होना है वो। ये आपकी फ्रीक्वेंसी है, नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ आरएलसी सर्किट कह दो या एलसी सर्किट कह दो, एक ही है दोनों। अब इंपीडेंस ऑफ आरएलसी सर्किट क्या होता है? इंपीडेंस ऑफ आरएलसी सर्किट, इंपीडेंस का मीनिंग ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन offered by RLC circuit in the path of current. This impedance is given by Z equals square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is the impedance of RLC circuit. Now, ohmic resistance of the circuit is totally independent of frequency of circuit, but XL and XC, what is XL? आप बताएं, what is XL? XL is in the path of AC. Now XL depend on the frequency of AC by 2 pi FL, and XC also depend on the frequency of AC by the equation 1 by 2 pi FC. The behavior of inductor and capacitor are opposite. The obstruction offered by inductor directly proportional to the frequency of AC. Obstruction offered by pure capacitor is inversely proportional to frequency of AC. So this is the net obstruction offered by all the three components, or if there are two components, one is missing. Suppose circuit contains pure resistor and pure inductor only, then it will be what? R square plus 2 pi FL whole square. If there is no capacitor in the circuit, if there is no inductor in the circuit, it will be R square plus 1 by 2 pi FC whole square. Okay, right? Right? ये हाँ, वही हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। इन दोनों के एक साथ होने से क्या होता है सर्किट में? जब दोनों एक साथ आ गए, और रेजिस्टेंस तो इनके पीछे लगकर आ ही जाएगा, रेजिस्टेंस से तो बच ही नहीं सकते किसी भी सर्किट में। सो द नेट ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफर्ड बाय all the three component is this. Okay, now if the frequency of source is 0 for a source of steady current, for a source of steady current, frequency equals 0, Palak, what would be the impedance? At frequency 0, this factor 2 pi FL is reduced to 0. Frequency is 0, 2 pi FL is 0. But 1 by 2 pi into 0 into C means 1 by 0, not defined. infinite. The square of infinite is infinite. When you add r square to infinite, it gives infinite. When you take a square root of infinite, okay. So we write what? If frequency tends to zero, it results that z tends to infinity. है ना? Exactly, तो इसमें हम exactly भी कह सकते हैं. Exactly, if frequency is exactly zero, the impedance is infinite ohm. Infinite ohm ka meaning. Now, what will be the current in the circuit? The net current in the circuit will always be given by E by Z. Applied voltage divided by the net obstruction offered by the all the three components. So the current will be zero. So for a RLC circuit, if RLC circuit is connected to a source of steady EMF, there will be no current, there will be no steady current, there will be some starting current, there will be a transient current, but there will be no steady current. कैपेसिटर के लिए स्टेडी करंट जीरो हो जाता है, तो ओवरऑल कुल मिलाकर क्या होगा? ये कैपेसिटर पूरे के पूरे सर्किट को ही ब्लॉक कर देगा, पूरे सर्किट की करंट को ये ब्लॉक कर देगा. क्यों? क्योंकि यहां से कैपेसिटर कैपेसिटर shows infinite obstruction in the path of direct current or actually steady current. तो स्टेडी करंट पे ये R क्या करता है, ये L क्या करता है? कुछ नहीं, लेकिन C क्या करता है? It completely block the steady current. So the Z will be infinity. Z is the overall obstruction offered by all the three components. All the three components. If one of the component offers infinite obstruction, it means all the three components together are also offering infinite obstruction. समझे ना? So the current is reduced to zero. The current is reduced to zero. The impedance is infinity. Now, one more question. One more question. In the same equation, I write it again. Z is given by what? R square plus 2 pi FL minus 1 by 2 pi FC whole square. This is the net obstruction offered by all the three components in the circuit. If frequency tends to infinity, if frequency tends to infinity, what can you say about Z? Again, it will again be infinity, because here 1 by 2 pi FC will be 0, but 2 pi FL would be infinity. So the overall effect is that the overall obstruction offered by all the three components would tends to infinity. Again the current I, which is E by Z, will tends to zero. हम यहाँ exactly zero नहीं कह सकते. It will tends to zero, because a frequency infinite frequency is never possible. Zero frequency is possible. Zero frequency is certainly possible for a steady source, but frequency of AC frequency, infinite frequency is not possible. It may be large frequency, but it will never be infinite. So if the frequency is very large, we say that if the frequency is very large, again the obstruction by all the three components become very large and the current almost reduced to zero. Okay, now see here what happens. If the frequency is zero, the current is zero. All the three components are offering infinite obstruction. If the frequency is very large, again the net obstruction offered by the three component is again zero. Oh, sorry, infinity. And again the current is almost zero. So how will this circuit work? How will this circuit work? Yes. If you increase frequency from 0, what will happen to Z? If you increase, if you, if you increase the frequency of source, if you increase, it is the source of frequency 0. All the sources of steady EMF have frequency what? 0. Now you apply a source of alternating EMF to the same circuit. This is the source of EMF, alternating EMF, E equals E naught sin omega t. किसकी frequency? The source, the frequency of a battery, the frequency of a cell, the frequency of steady EMF is 0 because there is no change in magnitude and direction of current. अगर आपने एक सेल लगा रखा है सर्किट में, एक्चुअली मैंने गलत बना दी है, करंट हम यहाँ ड्रॉ कर ही नहीं सकते बिकॉज द स्टेडी करंट इज 0 बिकॉज ऑफ प्रेजेंस ऑफ दिस कैपेसिटर इन सीरीज. The steady current is 0, steady, so you cannot draw a current. So if you apply a source of alternating EMF with a variable frequency, means you can alter, you can change the frequency of this source. How will you change it? It's a different matter, but you are able to change it. So what will happen? For a frequency 0, impedance is infinity. As you increase the frequency from 0, what will happen? Impedance will increase. Oh, sorry, decrease. Impedance will decrease. Why? For frequency 0, this whole factor is 0, but this factor 1 by fc is 1 by 2 pi fc is infinity. If frequency is above 0, say it is 10, the frequency is 10, so you will substitute here 10. 2 pi fl will not be 0. Here you will substitute 10. So 1 by 2 pi fc will not be infinity. It will be less than infinity. So as you increase the frequency from 0, this 2 pi fl increases and 1 by 2 pi fc decreases because it is inversely proportional to the frequency. Now if I draw XL and XC on the same graph, if I draw XL and XC on the same graph, here on y-axis XL and XC, here on x-axis it is frequency. Okay, at zero frequency, what is inductance, inductive reactance? What is an inductive reactance at zero frequency? At zero frequency, the inductive reactance XL, it is actually what? It is XL, and what is this one? It is XC. So XL is 0. As the frequency increases, XL increases. So what we have? We have a linear variation. This is what? XL. It is XL directly proportional to frequency. Now if at frequency 0, XC is infinity. As frequency increases, XC decreases because XC is inversely proportional to frequency. So I draw another curve for XC with green pen. This is the variation of XC. What is this? XC inversely proportional to, XC inversely proportional to frequency. Just a minute. Here there is a certain frequency. There is a certain frequency at which XL become equal to XC. XL increases from 0. XL is increases from 0 with frequency, and XC is decreasing. So for a particular frequency, after increasing XL and after decreasing XC, they become equal to each other. At this point, XL is equals to XC. Okay, let I write it. I write this frequency FR. Why it is written in FR? अभी आता है. At FR, at a particular frequency FR called, अभी हम नाम नहीं लिख रहे इसका, मैं नाम छोड़ देता हूं. Called this XL become equal to XC. Right? Now what is happening? What is happening? देखिए, this is XC at frequency 0. XC is very large, very large. This is XL, very small. Now, as you increase the frequency, XL start decreasing, XL start increasing. This increasing XL and this decreasing XC become equal to each other at a particular frequency. XL is equals to XC. Now see what happens at frequency 0. This is XC, this one is XL. There is a large difference. There is a large difference at frequency 0. As you increase the frequency from 0, XC decreases, XL increases, but their gap, but their difference decreases. Their difference decreases, and at a particular frequency, the difference between XL and XC becomes zero. Now, what happens in this equation? What happens in this equation? When XL is equals to XC, 2 pi FL 1 by 2 pi FC, that is XL and XC become equal to each other. The difference of these two becomes 0. So what will be the impedance at that, in that case? It will be only equal to ohmic resistance of the circuit. It will be equal to only and only ohmic resistance. In spite that both the inductor and the capacitor are connected, but their effect will be cancelled out, will be balanced from each other. The nature, the behavior of XL, the behavior of inductor is opposite to the behavior of capacitor. In inductor, you know, voltage leads the current. In capacitor, current leads the voltage. Their behavior is exactly opposite to each other, right? So at a particular frequency, this frequency, I say it FR, what will be Z? Z will be minimum, which is equals to R. Now I draw another graph just below this one between net impedance Z and the frequency. Here on z-axis it is impedance, on y-axis it is, on x-axis it is frequency. So at this particular frequency, I have written it FR. This FR at this frequency FR, at this frequency, the difference between XC and XL is 0. The difference between XC and XL is 0. Now here you can see at low frequency, what is the difference between them? These two values. XL is this, XC is this one, XL is very small. There is a large difference. As you increase the frequency, their difference decreases. At a particular frequency, the decreasing XL and decreasing XC and increasing XL become equal to each other. Their difference is, at this point, the difference between XL and XC is 0. This factor becomes 0. This whole bracket, 2 pi FL minus 1 by 2 pi FC whole square, this whole bracket becomes 0. So what is left with? Only R square. Z is equals to square root of R square, Z is equals to R. So the impedance reduces. At low frequency, the overall effect, the overall impedance is very large. and it goes on decreasing, 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 and at a particular frequency at which fr, at particular frequency fr, this z decreases to 0. Now see again, this is this is equal to, this impedance is now equal to the ohmic resistance of the circuit. How much? It is only equal to R. It reduces to R. If there is no resistance in the circuit, if there is no resistance in the circuit, consider that there is no resistance in the circuit, the impedance will become zero. Impedance will become zero. Okay, there will be one more graph of current. करंट के लिए बाद में बनाएंगे हम. Impedance reduces to minimum value R. Now see what happens. This is what? This is XC, X0 frequency, very large. This is what? XL, very small, almost zero at zero frequency. As you increase the frequency, XC decreases, XL increases, and become equal to each other. Now the difference between XL and XC is, the difference between XL and XC is zero. Again, when you further increase the value, the XC further decreases and XL further increases. Now the gap is start increasing. Now the difference is again start increasing. The difference is start increasing. As you increase the frequency from 0, the difference between XL and XC decreases. At a particular frequency, XL and XC become equal to each other, and the difference between these two become 0. On further increase of frequency, this XC start decreasing, this XL start increasing, it continue increasing, XC continue decreasing, XL continue increasing, their gap start increasing. And when this gap increases, when the difference between these two increases, what happens? Again, Z start increasing at frequency, very large frequency, at frequency infinity, the difference between the two become again infinity, and then Z tends to infinity. So what will we have a graph? After a further increasing frequency, Z again start increasing, and it keeps on increasing to a very large value. This is the frequency versus impedance. Okay. Now what is the net current in the circuit? Net current is always E by Z. Yes. Net current in the circuit is E by Z. The net obstruction, net voltage divided by net obstruction offered by the components. Now see, when the Z is very large, what will be current? Very small. When Z is infinity, current is 0. When Z is minimum, the current is maximum. And what will be the maximum value of current? Maximum current, I max will be equals to E divided by Z minimum. And what is the value of Z minimum? What is the value of Z minimum? I maximum will be equals to E by R, because minimum value of Z is equal to R. Right. Now if you draw another graph for current and frequency, so what will be the graph? At very large value of Z, the current is very small. As the Z decreases, the current increases. When Z is at its minimum value, when the Z is at its minimum value R, the current is at its maximum value, and then the current further decreases. This is the variation of current. It represents, this blue line represent what? Net impedance of the circuit, and this red line represent actually there's a mistake like this. It should be like this. It represents the current in the circuit. At particular frequency FR. XL equals what? XC. What is XL at FR? It will be 2 pi FR L, because we are talking about a particular frequency FR, equals 1 by 2 pi FR C. So what will be the value of FR? You will calculate the value FR 1 by 2 pi square root of LC hertz. Okay. At this frequency, at frequency FR, I is maximum. I is maximum. Current is maximum and Z is what? Minimum. This condition is called resonance of RLC circuit. हाँ हाँ, मैं बता रहा हूँ. This condition is called resonance of RLC circuit. नहीं, एक्चुअली तो अभी रेजोनेंस नहीं हुआ. This FR, मैं अभी रेजोनेंस की बात ही ना करूं. This FR, this particular frequency FR is called resonance frequency. और इससे पहले आप फाइंड कर चुके हैं क्या? नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ RLC circuit, it is the same 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. So what is this resonance frequency? Resonance frequency of RLC circuit is equals to what? Natural frequency of RLC circuit. Natural frequency of RLC circuit. क्लियर हुई इतनी बात? तो ये